What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Man, the more I cover this stuff, the more I'm saying to myself, now I see why this was like this. Or now I see why Nicki Minaj did not show no respect to Lil Kim. I didn't like that. But now I see why. Because they on the same, not on the same team, but they rivals. Nicki Minaj was, for lack of a better word, a plant to help destroy Lil Kim a little more and all this stuff, man. But anyway, I know a lot about Lil Kim because I was a big Lil Kim fan. I liked her music. I tried to produce music like hers or like the Bad Boy Team, you know what I'm saying? And Biggie, dude, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, Biggie was one of the baddest rappers. Get your tail. Rooster's jumping up on the table, y'all. Anyway, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy. Here we go, y'all.
The Queen Bee is exposing how Diddy not only turned a blind eye to her suffering, but actively helped the notorious rapper, the Notorious B.I.G., abuse her.
What?
Kim is revealing the toxic, manipulative control Diddy had over her career and personal life, revealing how his actions went far beyond professional betrayal. From career sabotage to emotional neglect, she's speaking out on the darker side of Diddy's reign. But how deep does this betrayal go? Was Diddy complicit in Biggie's abuse? And how much of this story has been hidden from the public until now? Stay tuned as we dive into Lil Kim's shocking revelations about Diddy's role in her pain.
This is crazy because
and the twisted actions that have haunted her for years. Lil Kim's tough childhood. Lil Kim's story was a constant struggle to reach the top, but one chapter has been kept in the shadows. Until now, the queen of hip-hop is...
Man, I'm sorry. That's all this stuff. I mean, the negative drama, I'm not down with the negative drama, but, oh man, should I say it? I don't want to say it because it's so negative. But Lil Kim, you should not have got that nose job. You and Michael Jackson, both of y'all nose job was horrible. You could have just been yourself, baby. God bless you with a beautiful nose. It's kind of fat, but it's beautiful. You know, Michael Jackson and all them, they ain't want that fat nose that they daddy had. But damn, that's what God gave you, man. Oh my gracious, you look different. You look not human now. That's the only thing I don't like, man. Be yourself. Be proud of what God gave you. Get away from here. God daggone it. The chickens keep jumping up on the chickens jumping on the daggone stage. On the table. Here we go, y'all.
Lil Kim's story was a constant struggle to reach the top, but one chapter has been kept in the shadows. Until now, the queen of hip-hop is finally speaking out and exposing how her former mentor, P. Diddy, was deeply involved in the manipulation and abuse she faced during her explosive relationship with the Notorious B.I.G. Kim has accused Diddy of not only being involved in Biggie's murder, but also enabling her abuse all those years ago. Still, netizens can't help but wonder why she kept quiet all these years. And how did this even start? To understand better, we first need to see how closely the two were linked. Now, Lil Kim's childhood was far from easy. Born Kimberly Denise Jones in Brooklyn in 1974, she grew up in a chaotic environment, with her parents Linwood Jones and Ruby May separating early on.
Oh my God.
Her father was a former military man and became violently aggressive towards her mother, leading to the two parting ways. Kim moved to New Rochelle, New York, with her mother and older brother following their divorce. Unfortunately, she struggled to live in the new, predominantly white neighborhood, and financial strains added to the tension. Eventually, Ruby May had no choice but to give Linwood custody of the kids. But when Kim's father remarried, their relationship became even more strained. Kim says her father became verbally abusive, and things escalated when she started dating boys at 13. The abuse turned violent, and Kim eventually left home at 14. In the years that followed, she struggled to find a stable home and would often stay with neighbors, friends, or sometimes even older men in exchange for favors. She started picking up at department stores and started running errands for drug dealers. All the while, Kim attended Sarah J. Hale Vocational High School and later Brooklyn College Academy. But with the way her situation had changed at home, her education naturally took a back seat. By the time she was 17, she had dropped out and met Christopher Wallace, aka the notorious B.I.G., by chance on a street corner. After Kim rapped for him, he was instantly impressed, and that was the start of their toxic relationship. So, how does Diddy play into this? Well, Biggie was signed to Puffy's Bad Boy Records and was already on his way to superstardom when he signed Kim to his group, Junior Mafia. She became the only female member of the crew and began her rise in the music world. From Junior Mafia to hardcore debut. With Biggie leading the charge, Junior Mafia released a series of singles and dropped their debut album, Conspiracy, in 1995. The track Player's Anthem launched Lil Kim into the industry. Her vocal style was heavily influenced by Biggie, but with her own fierce spin. Add in some growls and attitude, and you got the unique sound of Lil Kim. Biggie was the mastermind behind her alter ego, urging her to adopt a provocative, in-your-face persona. Her style was all about blending raw appeal with hardcore rap. Valletta, Christopher Wallace's mother, told the Washington Post in 2000 that all you would hear Kim and Christopher repeat like a mantra was, "Sex sells, sex sells." This was more than just music. It was a cultural statement. In 1996, Lil Kim dropped her debut solo album, Hardcore, which was executive produced by Biggie. The album had the same bold, explicit flow fans had come to expect from her. It was more daring than other female rappers at the time, like MC Lyte or Queen Latifah, and critics couldn't get enough of it. Hardcore debuted at number 11 on the Billboard 200 and went double platinum, one of the boldest, most successful rap albums from a female artist at the time. But it wasn't just the music that got attention. Kim's image became as iconic as her lyrics. She underwent a drastic physical transformation: breast implants, platinum blonde wigs, and blue contact lenses. Vogue's Andre Leon Talley even dubbed her the Black Madonna. But on a deeper level, her new look was a reflection of unresolved childhood pain. Growing up, she'd been mocked by blonde, blue-eyed girls in her neighborhood, and now it seemed like she was challenging that ideal of beauty in a way that spoke to her insecurities.
Hey guys, Uncle Mike here with big news. YouTube has changed my life, and now it's your turn. See, Uncle Mike was tired of being broke after every payday. So I decided to do something about it. So I invested over about $9,000 in YouTube courses and online coaching. Man, I was determined to change. But guess what? None of these systems gave me the one-on-one coaching that I needed. So I created my own YouTube course with the help that you need to make sure that you succeed. If you're ready to learn and you're not afraid to put in the work, you too can make a real change. Sign up now and Uncle Mike will send you the 4 videos that got me started. 100% free. Click the word more below and look for our YouTube growth system. That's our course. Now, let's get back to this video.
And dated when I was younger were light-skinned and tall. I'm short and brown-skinned. I've always wondered, how do I fit in? She admitted that becoming Lil Kim helped her cope with those feelings, and the success of her image made her feel validated. But there were still moments when the past lingered.
Yeah, that's the Lil Kim I like right there. Nice, beautiful, perfect. God gave you that gift. Not that nose that's sitting on your face now. I don't know what the heck. Well, let me stop. Let me stop, y'all.
She struggled to manage her self-image when she entered the industry, but Biggie was always by her side to help her through it. Her relationship with Biggie Smalls played a huge role in Lil Kim's rise to stardom, but their relationship was way more complicated than just business. At times, it even turned violent. He not only discovered her and helped her develop as an artist, but they two became close, very fast. Biggie knew talent when he saw it, and when he heard Lil Kim could rap, he had to see for himself. One day, while Kim was coming home from work, Biggie made her spit a freestyle, and it didn't take long for him to be blown away by her raw talent. He had never seen a female rapper with skills like hers. From that moment, Biggie knew she had star potential, and they formed a close bond that went way beyond music. Later on, Kim referred to Biggie as her friend, lover, my everything, and she was unwavering in her support of him. Biggie believed Kim would one day dominate the rap world, and she gave him the confidence to take risks and stand out in his career. But behind the scenes, Biggie wasn't just helping craft Kim's image, he was also in and out of her life romantically. Kim thought they were destined to be the next big power couple, like Sonny and Cher. But things quickly got complicated. Their on-again, off-again relationship took a messy turn when Biggie married Faith Evans in 1994, creating a love triangle that would only lead to heartbreak. Biggie and Faith's whirlwind romance led them to get married just a few weeks after meeting at a Bad Boy photo shoot. But while Big was publicly married to Faith, behind the scenes, he was still seeing Lil Kim, and she wasn't the only woman in his life. Lil Kim and Biggie's secret affair was a whirlwind that spanned 4 years, all while Biggie was married to Faith Evans. What's truly jaw-dropping is the fact that Kim even attended Biggie and Faith's wedding, all while still involved with him behind the scenes. As tensions grew, the drama
Man, that's crazy right there. Wow, you gonna go to the wedding? I'm trying to tell y'all, man, all this negativity. I don't know, all this might be allegedly, but at the same time, you got you going to the wedding? God dang, man, where does it stop at? You don't have no sympathy on none of this stuff. I don't know, man.
Is the fact that Kim even attended Biggie and Faith's wedding, all while still involved with him behind the scenes. As tensions grew, the drama reached its peak when Faith and Kim, both signed to Bad Boy Records, began crossing paths more frequently. Faith had no idea that Kim was more than just Biggie's protege, assuming their connection was strictly professional, until one night changed everything. In her autobiography, Faith revealed the shocking moment when she walked into Biggie's hotel room and caught him in bed with another woman. Furious, Faith didn't even notice who the woman was at first. She yanked the covers back, dragged the woman out of bed, and started throwing hands. It wasn't until the woman's wig came off that Faith recognized the short cropped hairstyle Kim was famous for. She paused for a second, took a closer look, and realized it was Lil Kim, completely naked, trying to cover herself. Biggie yelled for someone to get Kim out of the room so he could deal with the fallout, and Kim stormed out, screaming and cursing. From that moment on, it became clear to everyone that Big and Lil Kim's relationship wasn't just professional. But even after that explosive encounter, Biggie didn't end things with Kim. Their affair continued, and by 1996, while Kim was working on her debut album Hardcore, she found out she was pregnant with Biggie's child. Despite her deep feelings for him.
Hold up, what? Oh, that. Hey. The light on. What? I didn't know that, my bad. Y'all keep turning it down because of the roosters and stuff, turning the mic down. it brings a whole different light on things, man. Wow. Let's back that up. Wait a minute.
Wasn't just professional, but even after that explosive encounter, Biggie didn't end things with Kim. Their affair continued, and by 1996, while Kim was working on her debut album Hardcore, she found out she was pregnant with Biggie's child. Despite her deep feelings for him, Kim knew that having a child with a married man wasn't the life she wanted. In a 1999 interview with The Source, she explained, "I already knew the kind of relationship that Biggie and I had, and I knew that having a child was something that just was not possible." In the end, she decided to get an abortion, since she knew that having a child in such a difficult situation wouldn't be fair to either her or the unborn child.
Look how young Biggie looked right here. Look how young he looked, young. God, watch this, y'all, watch this.
Decided to get an abortion, since she knew that having a child in such a difficult situation.
Look, okay, that's when we really started knowing him. But I was a Biggie fan as he was coming into this whole thing called music.
Wouldn't be fair to either her or the
Look how young he looks, man. That's crazy.
unborn child.
Yeah.
That decision probably saved Lil Kim from an even more complicated situation, because just a year later, Biggie was killed in a drive-by shooting. Biggie wasn't just her mentor, he was her everything, and losing him had a deep emotional impact. But as time passed, the public began to learn the darker side of their relationship, and the chaotic reality behind the scenes started to unravel. In a 2017 Drink Champs interview,
Man, I know one thing. When Biggie died, they had Kim had bodyguards watching her 24/7, especially when she was sleeping. When she was asleep, she had bodyguards and everything checking her out because she was scared. I mean, she spent a lot of her money on security and safety because she thought she was naked, man. And she would come out of her apartment or house or whatever she was doing. Yeah, she was tripping, man, and she had every right to trip when that happened. Rest in peace to Biggie and Tupac, man. That's crazy, real crazy.
Jermaine Dupri recalled a shocking moment when he witnessed Biggie pull a weapon on Lil Kim during a heated argument. While Kim later confirmed the incident in an interview with Ebro on Hot 97, she did clarify that some details were exaggerated. Still, she admitted that their relationship was volatile, with moments that often spiraled into violence. Kim described Big as having two sides. Most of the time, he was extremely protective, always making sure she had what she needed and spoiling her with gifts. But there was also a darker side. Driven by the gangster persona Biggie felt he had to maintain, even outside the music world. But while the story might sound like a tale of the right people at the wrong time, the truth is far more sinister. Because behind the scenes, Biggie's treatment of Kim was far worse. Jermaine made it clear, Biggie wasn't someone to mess around with, and he was serious about how he handled confrontations. Kim later confirmed the violence, sharing that she seemed to attract men with violent tendencies. Biggie's passing. Despite the non-exclusive nature of their relationship, Kim believed Biggie was the only man who ever truly loved her for who she was. So, when he was attacked after leaving a party in LA, the news shook Kim to her core. The two had a love-hate relationship. Because
My bad, that's somebody from the office called me. Look at this.
he was attacked after leaving a party in LA, the news shook Kim to her core. The two had a love-hate relationship. Because while she doesn't deny that he was abusive, she also doesn't paint him as a complete villain. But now, Kim is revealing that Diddy was allegedly involved in some capacity, adding even more fuel to the fire. And Biggie's death might just be the reason for her coming out with her side of the story. The 90s were the peak in the rivalry between the East and West Coast.
Hold up, man. Wait a minute. Listen to this.
The fire. And Biggie's death might just be the reason for her coming out with her side of the story.
Man, Biggie been dead for how long? And she just coming out with her side of the story? That's bull. Y'all need to rewrite that part. Y'all need to rewrite that part. Listen to, this don't make sense. Are y'all serious? I can
Because
do better
while she
than
doesn't
this.
deny that he was abusive, she also doesn't paint him as a complete villain. But now, Kim is revealing that Diddy was allegedly involved in some capacity, adding even more fuel to the fire. And Biggie's death might just be the reason for her coming out with her side of the story. The 90s were the
That's
peak
bull,
in the rivalry
man.
between the East and West Coast rappers, with Bad Boy Records going head-to-head with Death Row, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight's company. At the time, Biggie was P. Diddy's most valuable artist, as he led the music industry along the East Coast. But behind all the fame, Lil Kim claims there's more to the story, hinting that Diddy may have had a bigger hand in Biggie's demise than anyone realizes. When Tupac was killed, Biggie quickly ascended to the throne as the undisputed king of the East Coast. But behind closed doors, things between him and Diddy were far from smooth. Rumor has it that when Biggie expressed his desire to leave Bad Boy Records, Diddy decided that he wasn't about to let his biggest star just walk away. Rumor has it that he allegedly put a hit out on Biggie to retain control over his lucrative catalog. Former bodyguard Uncle Ron dropped explosive claims, alleging that both Diddy and Jay-Z were involved in a plot to have Biggie killed. Ron revealed that Diddy once tried giving him $30,000 to carry out the hit, but he declined. According to Uncle Ron, Biggie should have never been in California the night he was killed, especially given that he had a broken leg. Diddy had a state-of-the-art studio in New York, making Biggie's presence at the West Coast event unnecessary.
Facts.
But Uncle
Facts.
Ron wasn't alone in his suspicions. Another ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, didn't outright say Diddy was involved, but heavily hinted that things weren't as they seemed. He pointed to the mysterious street team stickers that appeared on Biggie's rented car the night of his murder. Not to mention Biggie had just secured a $62 million deal for his own label, The Commission, which would include artists like Lil Kim and Junior Mafia. Some believe that this major career move may have led to his tragic demise. Lil Kim was aware of Biggie's plan to take her away from Diddy's toxic label. But after Biggie's suspicious death, her relationship with Diddy truly took a turn for the worst. Kim's held on to a grudge for years, and she's convinced Diddy's been shady all along,
Yeah,
suspecting that he knows way more about Biggie's murder than he's letting on.
Yeah, she knew. She knew. That's why, yeah. She knew. Think about it. She knew, first of all, Biggie, Tupac, Lil Kim, all the artists, they playing gangster. But Jay-Z and P. Diddy, they ain't playing gangster. They doing real life movie type stuff, offing people and all this type of stuff. And they didn't think it would happen to them. How you going think you're gonna leave Bad Boy Records? How you gonna leave Bad Boy Records and think that it's gonna be okay to go to another record label and this man ain't gonna do nothing? And y'all all supposed to be thugs and all that stuff, cause they thought it was make believe. They thought all this was make believe, man. They ain't look at it as real. Then when it turned real, Lil Kim, security 24/7, just to protect me.
To some
They
extent,
know.
she
They
even
know
believes
now.
that Diddy was enabling Biggie's behavior towards her. And it all has to do with what she's seen during her time under his label. Lil Kim's insane claims about Diddy. Lil Kim isn't holding back anymore, unleashing heavy accusations against her former mentor, Diddy, and claiming that a predator hiding in plain sight. According to her, Diddy's influence in the music business wasn't just about launching careers, it was about controlling and manipulating vulnerable women. The time when Kimora Lee Simmons shared a disturbing memory of an incident where Puffy allegedly threatened to hit her while she was pregnant. Years later, in 2022, Aubrey O'Day, a former member of the girl group Danity Kane, revealed that Diddy was the one who forced her to leave the group in 2008 after she refused to listen to his special requests. Singer Jaguar Wright has been vocal for years, accusing Combs of serious misconduct in several interviews. But Lil Kim talked about the time Diddy went after a dancer. When she rejected his advances, Diddy didn't handle it well. He reportedly flew into a rage, spewing threats and insults. It escalated to the point where Diddy found her backstage, turning the situation into a terrifying confrontation. Radio host Miss Jones also shared her own disturbing experience, recalling a moment when Diddy threatened her on live radio, saying he'd put her in the trunk of a car. At that moment, it was Kim who came to her rescue, telling Diddy to back off and leave Jones alone. Unfortunately, Diddy's behavior wasn't a one-time thing. This kind of misogynistic conduct was just the norm. Kim goes even further, accusing Diddy of regularly treating women like they weren't humans. She claims he felt entitled to any woman he wanted, regardless of their consent. His arrogance, in her eyes, was boundless, and that toxic mindset infected his entire crew, who Kim alleges enabled his behavior by turning a blind eye in exchange for their own security and paychecks. The Nicki Minaj drama. To make their relationship even worse.
Here we go. Nicki Minaj, and you know, I don't have nothing against Nicki Minaj. If you got your deal, your record deal, and this is what you need to do, this is your game plan, and you're gonna go after the Queen Bee, you're gonna go after the Queen Bee like that, and everybody accepted it. So that's how it went down. If that's how it's going down, that's how it went down. You feel me? That's crazy, but I don't like it. I don't like the way you're supposed to respect people who paved the way before you.
By turning a blind eye in exchange for their own security and paychecks. The Nicki Minaj drama. To make their relationship even worse, Diddy started getting close to Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim's longtime rival. The feud between Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim has been one of the most talked about rivalries in hip-hop, and it all began in 2007. In July of that year, Nicki Minaj dropped her debut mixtape, Playtime Is Over, and immediately, fans and critics couldn't help but notice something eerily familiar about one of the promo photos. They were freakishly similar to the cover of Lil Kim's iconic 1996 album, Hardcore. Many believed Minaj had borrowed Kim's visual style, and rumors started swirling.
That's crazy.
Fast forward to 2014, and Nicki dropped the cover for Anaconda, and it was clear. She was doubling down on that same bold pose that caused all the drama back in 2007. But as Nicki's career skyrocketed, so did the feud. Lil Kim felt like Diddy had replaced her with the rising star, Nicki Minaj, and it hurt even more considering everything they had been through. During a Baltimore performance, she publicly called out Diddy, accusing him of abandoning her when she needed him most, despite their history. Kim made it clear that the trust between them was broken. And when it came to Nicki Minaj, Kim wasn't holding her tongue. She believed Diddy was positioning her as the new and improved Kim. For Kim, this wasn't about competition, it was personal. She had poured everything into building her legacy, only to find out her mentor was using Nicki to overshadow her hard work. After being released from prison, she expected loyalty from Diddy, but instead, she had to deal with this. Things got worse when Diddy went on air to talk about the beef, but instead of apologizing...
Yeah, see, here's the thing that tripped me out, man. Think about it. Lil Kim was down. She was down for the streets. She lied on the stand. She lied on the stand, y'all, because she was down with the streets. She was the only one that lied. Everybody else told the truth. She was like, damn, what happened to the street code? Damn, she had to do time because she lied on stand. She lied on the stand, so when she got out of jail, then it's still no honor. What happened to the bad boy, Junior Mafia and all this I'm the only one standing for it, and I'm the only female in the group. Yeah, pissed me off, man. I was down with Lil Kim because she was down. If you say you down with somebody, be down with them. She was down with Bad Boy, and they freaking did her wrong. Tell them about the Benjamins, baby. You ain't nothing to... Boy, look at the numbers. He was doing anything by any means necessary to keep them numbers up. And offing people. Come on, man. Shoot.
From Diddy, but instead, she had to deal with this. Things got worse when Diddy went on air to talk about the beef, but instead of apologizing, he only made it worse. He downplayed Kim's feelings, apologizing for her anger, but insisting it wasn't personal. Diddy said working with Nicki didn't mean he had no respect for Kim's legacy. Unfortunately, the damage had been done, and Kim quickly realized that Diddy wasn't going to support her when she needed him the most. Lil Kim wasn't about to step down that easily, though. During a powerful interview with Ryan Cameron, she opened up about how Diddy had turned on her, explaining how both Diddy played a major role in the mess that followed Biggie's death. She opened up about how, back in the day, Diddy always made sure to avoid anything that could upset his friends. But now, he was treating her like the problem, simply because she didn't want to collaborate with another female artist. It felt disrespectful, and Kim wasn't going to let it slide. The issues didn't stop there. Kim was also furious about how she was shown in the movie Notorious. She felt it was a total misrepresentation, and the movie only reduced her to nothing more than a backup to Biggie's success. Watching the film brought back a lot of trauma for her and erased everything she'd worked so hard for. To make things worse, Kim had no involvement in how her character was shown in the movie. She said Diddy let the false idea take hold without stepping in to set the record straight, which only hurt her credibility as an artist. This wasn't just a creative dispute. It was her life, her legacy, and everything she had contributed to hip-hop being erased on the big screen. In another interview, Kim vented her anger, saying she despised everything about the movie. She had no hand in the script or production and had to take legal action just to get compensated for her role. For Kim, the movie wasn't just a failure. It felt like a betrayal at the deepest level. Was Diddy ruining her career? But perhaps what...
Man, I don't even remember I gotta go back and look at the whole movie, Lil Kim. They had you in the movie. You was in the movie, okay, whatever. And the person who played the role, I don't think your part in the movie was good or bad. It was just there. You know what I'm saying? Her part was just there. It ain't, people that seen the movie ain't saying, oh, that's messed up the way they did Lil Kim. I mean, she was there. So, and we all know it's half Hollywood. So what little parts that probably wasn't right, that's Hollywood. That's how Hollywood do stuff, maybe. You know, I don't think it was that big of a deal.
What hurts the most is when Diddy went beyond business and hit home personally. She opens up about how it took her years to rebuild her confidence and sense of self after what she considers Diddy's ultimate act of betrayal. Although Biggie was someone she looked to for mentorship, Kim's relationship with Diddy was different. She was just a kid when she got involved with Biggie and admits now she didn't fully grasp what she was getting into. Kim was a child who was in love with Biggie, but she also admitted that she'd never make the same mistake again. Kim went so far as to say that as she gained more success, Diddy couldn't handle being overshadowed.
Yeah, they was all signed to Diddy, Bad Boy. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it, wait a minute.
by a woman, and that jealousy was at the heart of his actions. So when Kim had the chance to work with none other than the legendary Michael Jackson, he did everything he could to stop it. Rodney Jerkins, who was working with Michael at the time, told Kim that the King of Pop was a major fan and wanted her to join him on his new album. But then, Diddy supposedly stepped in and ruined the entire thing behind her back. When Kim found out, she was devastated. At that time, Diddy was managing her, and she trusted him to help guide her career, but instead, it felt like he sabotaged her. When Rodney later asked why Kim hadn't responded to the offer, Kim was shocked. She didn't even know about it, let alone that Diddy had turned it down for her. This missed opportunity was a crushing blow for Kim,
and kicked his tail,
she felt
man.
utterly powerless.
What?
Kim realized, though, that the only way she could
I
get
would have kicked her
payback
tail.
was through her music.
Kicked his tail.
So she used her lyrics to bring attention to Diddy and demand the respect she felt she deserved. Even after public feuds and fiery confrontations, Kim wasn't going to back down. She said they even got into a nasty fight backstage at one of his concerts. Throughout all these accusations, though, Diddy has chosen to stay silent. Yet netizens can't help but wonder, will he ever speak up, or will he keep dodging the truth? Fans were quick to point out that Biggie never truly loved her, and there was nothing Diddy could do to stop him. But with how close the trio was, it was no secret that Biggie and Diddy were ruining Kim's life, and her closest friends were turning a blind eye. On top of that, many people think Diddy saw Kim only as a business opportunity, abandoning her once she wasn't as profitable, especially when she was incarcerated. No matter how you spin it, if even a fraction of Kim's accusations are true, it's a serious blow to Diddy's reputation.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Lil Kim was down. She was down with the streets. She was down with the code. She was down with the team. All them other fake, all of them was fake. Even Biggie, when it came down to the street code, we know Puffy was fake. Anyway, man, there's a lot of things I want to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep my mouth shut. Hey, Lil Kim, man, shout out to Lil Kim. The thing that tripped me out is, how can you have that much fame and power? People buy all these songs from you, and you can't take what you got, build an organization, and keep moving without this Puffy dude. He wasn't all that. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Why you can't just do it on your own? You had to make some connection with some people. Get rid of him, start your own Lil Kim record label, Queen Bee Records. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.